Okay. Anyway, moving on. What was I doing? Oh, I was reading. Yeah, okay. So back to what we were doing. Sorry. Got a little sidetracked there. So yesterday we were reading all of the Tumblr fan fiction about Paul Town. It really, I mean, it's about Nick, but a lot of it was just about Paul Town and Keith Woods, actually. A lot of it was just about those two. So we were doing that, and then the girls that are writing that saw that, I guess. Party Slasher was showing me all this, and then Party Slasher sent me this one, and this is clearly a Jughead wrote this, because this is literally called Rob-cessed Werewolf, which is like, okay, obvious Jughead, right? And we were reading these, so this was the first fanfic that he wrote. And then this one. Undeterred, Paul Town rolled into a ball, mumbling, do a barrel roll out of the left side of his muzzle. I may be a fox, and you may be a hound, but it doesn't mean we can't race together. Keith suddenly gave up the chase, and Paul's fur instinctively felt his absence. I don't know, Paul Town. I'm having those strange premonitions again. Something is wrong, and I can feel it in my tail. Tail, tail, tail. That's all I hear about these days. Your tail didn't catch our rabbit last night. Your tail didn't trick the bird that tried to rage bait us. So much for that tail of yours, Paul Town whispered into the wind. Beautiful. I like that you can tell there wasn't AI, you know? Keith was about to crash out. His fur stood on end as he barked. It's not my fault you lost your fire magic. His powerful Irish lungs punctured the sober air, and Paul Town's shame echoed through the vast canyon before them. Your tail can't cast spells. At least mine could, once upon a time, Paul Town whimpered. His black lips drooped from his muzzle in dejection. He circled the ground as he nuzzled through the knapsack that had, until this moment, been carefully tied to his back. I can't find my maca root powder. Uh-oh. Quit the powder for tonight. Powder can't bring the barn back. Yeah, so that just happened. You really went there, a voice murmured from beyond. Wait, I entered the scene. It was JimboZoomer, the paranormal wolf, whose soul was trapped inside Keith's tail due to a numerological curse backfire. Maybe this is AI. But while we are on the new topic, the answer is new Peptin Adderall. Every pony would benefit from this.
Jet Set Radio!
Whole Games just gifted 5 subscriptions on Kick.
Thank you, Whole Games, with the 5 gifted subs. Let's go. Big shout out. I appreciate it. Welcome. Sneed Peters, Restoration Bro, Zapparoni, Nemchris, and Tyler Orange, Rube Groiper. Welcome, all of you. You've been gifted subs. Thank you so much, Whole Games. Buddy. Big shout out. Okay, wait. Back to this. I am an Irish wolfhound, and he's a fennec fox librarian. How many times must I remind you that neither of us is a pony? Keith howled at his tail. Some pony mad, the dark tetrad tail replied. Did Bryn write this? Every pony would benefit from this? Like, what? Rob-cessed werewolf. She wouldn't name it that. That's the thing. This is how I know it's a guy Jughead. Obviously. You know what I mean? Dude, I signed up for this. I signed up for this fucking Chevy thing. At the rodeo, they were handing out these awesome camo Chevy hats. But you had to, like, scan a QR code and fill out, like, a survey about how interested you are in leasing a Chevy or something. And I just filled it in with bullshit. And then, but I put my phone number in it. And they call me every fucking day. Leave me alone. Like, I thank you for the hat, but leave me the fuck alone. Please. Alright, that just happened. So that just happened. Anyway. Fuck, and then leave me a voicemail every day, too. Stop. Anyway, but yeah, you just know that this is a Jughead. because it's Rob-cessed werewolf, which, like, obviously that's like a joke. Like, the last time we made that joke was like 3 months ago. Maybe 2 months ago. Because, you know, the Rob-cessed forums. Addicted to Robert Pattinson, which we all are, of course. You know what's crazy? It's like Paul Towns is literally more active than Rob-cessed is. You know, the Paul Town just like fandom is literally more active. Like, this is so old. February 13th, 2025. The last time this was like updated. Anyway, Jimbo, weren't you saying you need a new Chevy truck? I told them that, but I don't. They got you now, city boy. It's JDI. No, JDI wouldn't know this joke. Also, he wouldn't draw a werewolf like that. Also, he wouldn't really write it that way. Otherwise, if it was themed differently, I would think it was JDI. I don't know who it is. Call Soy Jack. Call Soy Jack. He needs your help. Now I'll be calling you every day too. Soy Jack is in the hospital. He had a training accident. He wants you to call him. Jimbo, weren't you saying you need a new Chevy truck? It's Dog Tuna. That's what I was thinking. Dog Tuna. Maybe Paul Town is doing it for promotion. I remember Rob says. Jimbo hates Soy Jack. It's confirmed. No, I don't. He's in a haunted hospital. The walls are moving. All the Tumblr people watched your last stream. I know. Yeah, I know. I saw. I also saw this. my notifications, I opened them when I was looking at this. And the first thing I saw was Jaden McNeil's dumper invited you to join the Nick Fuentes Pumpkin Fucking Catboy Emporium community. Like, what is going on? What? But yeah, anyway, they saw a bunch of it. They saw... Let's see. JimboZoomer. If we name search. Party Slash was showing me these. Okay, it starts here. So I just woke up, guys. Apparently JimboZoomer reacted to our post live. I will see if I can clip the whole thing and upload it to my Rumble Odyssey channels because it's so funny. LOL. More funny than scary. We're all on Jimbotron now, guys. Yes, including you, at Sarah Lou. If you want to watch it for yourself, it's his latest kick stream. I think he just finished it, VOD. It's timestamped to when he starts looking up our post. JimboZoomer, for what it's worth, I think you're cute. Thank you. He looks like the XQC of the AF verse. Thank you. 18 note? What does that mean? Are notes like likes? How does this work? But yeah, no, honestly, thank you. Full screen recording is an hour, 37 minutes. They gave me so far an hour, 37 minutes, and already, like, what, another 20 of content? By the way, thanks, JimboZoomer, for calling my gifts Kino. Appreciate that. I was trying to make a good first impression. I just liked, specifically, I liked this. Dude, I'm gonna have to scroll so far to get to it, probably. People are insane. I just like these. I like the lighting, you know? These aren't A-logs, because they are making him look good. Like, you know, they're putting filters on it, too. Make it, you know? They're glazing his hairline. Anyway, what else? Glad you saw yours first instead of mine, because, yeah. The full segment of JimboZoomer reacting to our Tumblr vlogs is officially uploaded on both of my channels in full HD. I removed any unrelated tangents he went on during the stream, so it should be a seamless watch. That's probably a lot of work. Anyway, anything else funny here? What else was there? What is this? Get Zongwian zonged? Oh yeah, this was funny. Okay, so this is the person that's specifically obsessed with, I think she wants Keith Woods to be gay with Nick. From what I can tell. You know, maybe she'll let us know. He sees this. But I think that she wants Keith Woods, you know, she likes the yaoi thing, the gay males. So she wants Keith Woods to be gay with Nick. And then she wants to date Paul Town. So she wants, or maybe she wants to date both Paul Town and Keith Woods and them to be gay too. I don't know. But this one is specifically obsessed with Keith Woods and Paul Town. Like so much. I wish I could cuddle with Keith so badly. He's so comforting to me. I genuinely feel like snuggling with a big teddy bear. Okay, and then there was this. I'm glad that the Jimbo chatters thought that me wanting to cook Keith Mexican food was cute. Like, wow. Hashtag wasn't expecting that. Jimbo reacting to my Keith Woods facts list. I died at they're writing Substacks about Woodstown. Like, yeah. And you'd be right. Just me, though. No one here is as dedicated to Woodstown as me. And okay, I want to correct the record. I knew that the fact about Keith bringing himself to tears over punishing a child was a Steve Franson reference. Okay, they got it. But I put that there because I am a Keith Woods propagandist. And it made him sound more sympathetic and cute, so I added that. These chicas, the community, knew next to nothing about Keith. I was the only one here who watched the full Woodstown episodes. That's why I made the list in the first place. But I don't think Keith being into peaceful parenting was a lie. I think that was true. But the part about him crying at the thought of spanking a kid was indeed just a joke. Hashtag, I wish he went over the full thing. Hashtag, I added Halltown facts, but he skipped. Hashtag JimboZoomer, hashtag Keith Woods, hashtag video. They added Paul Town facts, so I skipped. Did I? I did not skip. What did I skip? I read all of them. I was just reading the funny ones. Like, I read all of them in my head. I was just skipping the ones that weren't funny. No offense. Paul Town's favorite thing about Keith is how classy he is. It was so cute. In Paul Town's click theory, he categorized Keith as ascended nerd. Or are they like below? I don't know. Anyway. Listen, I can't go over... If you mean like your fucking Tumblr, I can't go over the whole thing. It is legitimately... Like, you've probably posted more in the last month than I have on Twitter ever.
Comet4 just resubscribed on Kick.
Like, there's a reason that we can't... this is not possible. We would be here every day for... like, a year. Oh, actually, you're kind of new. Wait. May 2nd. They only started posting on... Okay, this one is actually different. Fair. This one started posting on May 2nd. But yeah, anyway, in case you do see this, I would just suggest, like, maybe therapy. You know what I mean? Or don't. I mean, I don't care. It's funny. Definitely funny. Everyone here, probably, you have some sort of obsessive disorder, clearly. I would be curious to know your birthdays. Like, what's the numerology of women that are obsessed? Especially, on Tumblr, like this, you know what I mean? The stands. Hook Keith up and make him donate 500 for her. They had an older community that they shut down. Auto admit prestige. The Omnigroiper. How do you know all this stuff? You're like an encyclopedia of just anything obscure and random that happened. How? Like, how do you keep track of everything? if they like this, these girls, are you Omnigloiper, be for real? Are you a girl? Like, are you an obsessive stan of Nick? Because you were the one that was like super pro the Nick Destiny, like collabs and stuff, and an unironic stan of Destiny too, right? They found you several months ago? Oh. I have a Tumblr. Okay, alright. Fair enough. I just can't believe that this website is still alive. I thought it died. And it's like more active than... I would guess this is more active than the America First like community on X. Where is the... Where the fuck is it? Communities? Do I not have it pinned? Probably about as, wait, that's me. Probably about as active. JimboZoomer deep dive into the female. Dude, Gloiper Anon posted the whole thing. Alright, retweet. But yeah, anyway, so, there's that. Was there anything else funny? I'm trying to remember. There was other funny stuff I was just reading last night once I was sent this and was looking at this. What else was it? Woods Dolly is insane. No, I mean, I don't even mean that disrespectfully. Jimbo, you did skip LOL. There was a keep reading section. Wait, am I on the keep reading section now? Oh. Oh. Okay, wait, okay. So here's her Paulton fact. This was originally just going to be Keith fact until the last minute. I thought about shoehorning in some Paultown stuff in here, which is why there is a keep reading tag and why this list will be much shorter, because a lot of these are just from memory, from watching the show. The reason why I was originally hesitant on sharing Paultown info before making my NFCU blog is because despite Paultown being friends with Nick for a long time, they don't have a super public, detailed history from what I can see. Like appearing in each other's things frequently, hanging out often, or frequent mentions of the other, etc. I do think he's interesting on his own as a person though, away from Nick, but because my main blog is Nick-centric, I thought it'd be kind of pointless to share information. Wait, your main blog is just about... You're telling me that the Paultown Keith Woods fan also has a main blog that's about Nick? Are these all just you? Are you just the Tumblr? What the fuck is the main blog? This one's just on the side? I do think he's interesting. I thought it'd be kind of pointless to share information about another person who doesn't have that much relation to Nick. Whereas Keith is different because Nick called Keith his best friend, hung out with him IRL multiple times, and has mentioned him on his show a bunch throughout their friendship, which you will all see in my Neath compilation. Hashtag soon one day. See, the thing here is, a lot of these people are Nick's friends, but his numerology makes him sort of not really actually like the people that he spends a lot of time with. So, you know, I have remained and stayed good friends with Nick over time because I just talk to him, you know, casually, maybe a couple times a day, or, you know, not for like a week or whatever. So I don't really get on his nerves. But he, you know, I think he gets very annoyed by people very easily. So like, Keith is publicly his best friend, because they were like playing Phasmophobia and stuff constantly and whatever for months and everything. But that also made them begin to, well, it made Nick begin to fucking hate Keith and then start A-logging him on his show, which then makes him talk about Keith a lot. And then, you know, it's like, oh, he's my best friend, but also he's constantly A-logging him. And I don't think he can even help that. Like, he just does that. That's a numerological, because of the day he was born thing, trait about Nick. And so Paul Town is like a long time good friend of Nick, but not one that's constantly talking to him every single day or like whatever. So that makes sense. Anyway, Sirius Woods Dolly is not me. Okay. Anyway, so what's the main blog? Wow, it's fine. Let's just keep reading. Where are the Paul Town facts? Oh my gosh. How long does this take to write? Do you use ChatGPT at all? For like maybe the formatting or like anything? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. Really, the only thing in Paul Town's relation to Nick that's interesting is that he's been friends with him for a long time, but that's sort of where it stops. Unless I find more, of course, or maybe in a non-knows, obscure Nick and Paul Town lore that I'm not aware of and would be willing to share. Nick has met Paul Town 2 times, and I was there both times. Here. If you're obsessive fans, you're giving me content, I'll give you content, okay? Nick first met Paul Town in person in Chicago in 2023 when me and Paul Town were driving from Ohio to Utah. We stopped in Chicago. And I've met Nick like 20 times. But Paul Town is like, you know, he's a dangerous criminal, so he can't be constantly going to things. He hasn't gone to like the AFPACs. He went to AFPAC 4, but he hadn't gone before that because he was burning down barns and stuff. Which is why you're obsessed with him. Which is why you want to have sex with him. Of course, I get it. But don't take that the wrong way. Don't start writing that I'm gay. But yeah, I don't care. Anyway, but yeah, so there's obscure lore for you. Other than that, Nick and Paul Town are friends because Paul Town was just huge on Twitter and always supported Nick. Like, Paul Town used to have an account that had, what, like 800,000 or 300, either 300,000 or 800,000. Called Old Person Online and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I'm a Paul Town stalker as well, so I know all this. Anyway, where are the facts? I know he appeared on a super old AF call-in show from like 2018, I think. And in more recent times, he's called into one of Nick's chill streams in 2023. And there's one picture of him and Nick together that I have found and posted on my Pinterest, but that's kind of it. Outwardly and publicly, it seems Paul Town was closer to Keith with all the things I mentioned on this list. Already about them, watching movies on Discord together, sending each other progress pictures of them working out, them hanging out at AFPAC, them having this show together, etc. I believe around the AF sphere as well, they were often compared to each other as being similar. Paul Town in his cozy chat has emotes of him and Keith, and on his streams, he talks about him a lot. I might upload some clips of those on my clip channels one day. In one of Paul Town's streams that I decided to take a gander at watching, he says that he respects Nick, but they aren't that similar and are very different people. But with Keith, he finds that they are quite alike. I don't really know how true that even is. I get it. They kind of, like, racially and, like, kind of appearance-wise, that's true. But other than that, I don't know how similar they actually are. But with that out of the way, I'll share with you just some things I found. He's a writer and has made and published several books. He smokes cigarettes and weed and says he gets his story ideas from his books while high. True. He owns a bunch of random websites and web URLs, likely hasn't been updated in a while. If you type woods.town into your search engine, it will take you to Keith's Rumble page. Paultown made this personalized URL just for him because he loves him so much. It's because he's in love with him. He's very technical, very into technology, coding, and AI. He's currently making an anti-woke Pong game. He mentions it a lot on the show and even demonstrated it on episode 18. The music is too much. Here we go. He's also into finances, as he regularly talks about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency on his streams, in a YouTube video of his, and on his old blogs. I noticed Paultown likes to idolize violence and at war at times on the show. His real name... Okay. You probably already know, but I'll write it here anyways. He has diagnosed schizophrenia. He found out he had it by having a schizophrenic episode in 2018 by committing arson, setting a barn on fire, and getting arrested and placed in a psych ward. Yes, this is all true. This is a news article about it. He was born in Catskill, New York. He doesn't live in the city. He said recently, though, that he's moved to Alaska, which is why he took a break from streaming. His birth date is slightly confusing. Wait. His birth date is slightly confusing? At first, I thought he was born in 1994, which would make him 31. I thought so because of this tweet under the replies. People were saying that he was 30 years old. But then, in this tweet of this year, he said that he's 30. And on one of his YouTube videos he posted, it says he's 30. Well, we can verify. I forget how old he is. And plus 1 is 24, plus 1 is 25, plus 4 is 29. Yeah, he's 1995. Because he's a 3.
Funny boy, 15-cent free dollars. Do you remember when you and JimboZoomer did the Blazing Chicken Challenge at Popeyes?
I could if I tried.
I'm Jimbo. When me and JimboZoomer, I'm JimboZoomer.
Paul's not really doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw him up. Establishment like this.
Dude, that was an insane look that I was...
Jimbo convert Soldier Boy to Mormonism.
Dude, I just didn't give a fuck. That was kind of base.
I don't really believe in converting black people. No, just...
Dude, that's not me. Dude, that's not me. That's Wooza.
Paul was tutting.
Dude, that's Wooza.
Paul is stemming.
On the screen, that's Wooza.
No. Eventually people will have enough streams where I like...
That's Wooza. Because that was racist, that was Wooza.
They're gonna call me horrible things.
They always say I'm high.
Yeah, I guess eventually they're not gonna learn.
You know, I get, looking at this, I get it. I get why they say that. You look way more sexy and attractive now, thank you. Anyway, back to Paul's facts. Yeah, so 1995 would be his birthday, because he's a 3. His numerology is he's a 3, which is why he's an author, and he's a 5, which is why he's freaky and a sex fiend, and fuck's good, you know? He's not gay, but the gay fanfic's still funny, so... Anyway, this would make his zodiac sign Capricorn, true, which he has stated on Woodstown. He is 6'1". He's a Calvinist Christian. He mainly listens to rap music. He started working out via boxing due to a fight he was challenged by John Dave Irving, who is an infamous super chatter of Nick's and was even Paultown's replacement co-host for one episode. Since he started working out, you can see him gain more and more weight as the episodes of Woodstown progresses. He's co-hosted different shows in the past with different people. One of them was called Wangtown with Andrew Anglin. His favorite sport is baseball. His YouTube videos are the strangest yet most interesting... I can't read. Most interesting thing I've seen in a while. Once. These ones are just when he's mentally ill. Like, unironically. Losing his mind. Okay. What else? His favorite sport is baseball. His YouTube videos are the strangest. Okay. Tumblr girls, the Tumblr girls that are obsessed with Paul Town and Nick and everyone. Are you born on the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th of the month? I bet they are. That's my hunch. I don't know though. But I'm thinking like a 7 would be like an archivist. Like an, you know, an obsessive archivist kind of. I've noticed he likes animated movies where the characters are animals a lot. Fox and the Hounds, Over the Hedge, and Zootopia being some he's mentioned. That's because he's a furry. He wants to have sex with a rabbit. Plus, he has a bunny as his profile picture on his cozy page and a fox and a blue jay bird. Or not the rat. What's the bitch in Zootopia? Does she? He wants to have sex with her. Yeah, the rabbit. Plus, he has a bunny as his profile picture on his cozy page, and a fox and a blue jay bird as his header. The earliest tweet I found on Nick mentioning Paul Town was one from 2018. Paul Town doesn't identify as a groiper.
Martin sent $5 first Paul Town face reveal amused.
Yeah, that's true. Why is it so quiet?
Oh my god. Oh no. Isn't it with it's all done.
Dude, why is it so quiet? I just turned it all the way up.
In what?
Isn't he with you in DC right now?
No, I'm in Chicago. He's in Washington. He's in
I said
Washington
Matt.
State.
No, I said Matt.
Oh,
Matt,
I thought you
isn't
said
he with
me.
you?
Yeah, no, we're together. I'm just like in.
Yeah, isn't he here? Yeah. So you should walk out there with the camera, you know?
Dude,
You want me to walk in on Nick?
can you guys hear this?
On Matt.
Let me just play it manually. I can turn the volume.
Isn't he with you right now?
What do you mean?
Weren't you guys in like? Oh my word.
I'll play 3 minutes of this for 5.
Yeah. yeah. Baked Alaska and James Alsop, they're just like in the other room playing Donkey Kong
Yeah.
right now.
You should head up there.
You want me to go get them?
Yeah.
They told me not to.
Them.
They explicitly told me not to do that.
Typically, people with those kinds of conditions don't like to be interrupted past like 8 p.m.
Well, the question really is, who's the real retarded one? I think the answer might have changed a few minutes ago.
I
About a
think
minute ago.
if me and James ever have a debate, which we never will, because
It's so quiet.
Because
why?
Debate, which we never will, because he's a bitch. We should just call it. We should just call it Tard Wars.
Beardson's so hot. True. Dude, we need Tumblr girls for Beardson.
We'll see which one's more retarded.
Why is there no
Yeah.
Beardson
I know I
fanfic?
have my money on.
One of this was retarded by choice.
Get in.
I'll say that. Anyways, woo, spicy tonight. Nick's over here fixing his hair, trying to look good.
Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, that was when Paul Town accidentally faced Alex for the first time. Next! That's before my time. 2017, I was 16. Anyway, next. The earliest tweet I found of Nick mentioning Paul Town was one from 2018. Paul Town doesn't identify as a groiper, more so just a friend of Nick. He has a girlfriend whom he's had for a long time. He infamously did a stream where he got very drunk in January 2023, where he threw up on himself and threatened Jaden McNeil very graphically in it. This incident, along with his arson crime, has been mentioned on the show multiple times. Paul Dunn said in the pilot episode that if anything happens to the show, that it would be Keith's fault, which unfortunately did end up being true. That is the end of my Woodstown research. As for my personal thoughts on the show, I really enjoyed it. I think it was one of the rare occasions that you get to see Keith smile and laugh a lot. So I appreciate it for that on its own. Okay, not like I like both of them, not a-logging, but how the fuck you really watched the whole Woodstown like with the dead air and everything for just hours? Like hours and hours of Paul Town saying something and then Keith just like staring, like going like Like, you know how insane, like, even just doing that, like, as a joke right then, that's insane to do on stream. Like, to just literally, with nothing even going on, like, just stop talking, like, just not even... It's honestly insane that that he was comfortable doing it. You can see on Woodstown, you could see Paultown get uncomfortable when it would be silent that long. But Keith literally doesn't give a fuck. It's crazy. It is straight up insane. I mean, it made it funny. Okay, actually, no, they followed it. I just got to read the rest of this. Then we can move on. I found myself laughing a lot at their awkward silence, but maybe I'm just weird. The only episode that I had a hard time watching was episode 18 and 8, which had a guest on. So it changed the dynamic to something I was not used to. Okay, you have autism, right? Or something? You have... What would the numerology of that be? I don't know. Plus, the guests made things awkward to the point of cringe-worthy, so I skimmed through a lot of those episodes. My favorite episodes were episode 4, because Nick and Neith... I am not lying when I say I revisit episode 4 all the time. Rewatching the Super Chat segment in particular. And I loved episode 7. Easily the funniest, best episode. If not for episode 4, I loved Paultown's passive-aggressive slights throughout the entire show. It was so funny. And Keith was being so playful in this one. Like he randomly decided to fake himself doing a freeze frame. OMG, I know it sounds so small, but for someone like him, who's usually serious all the time, you just never see him act like that. So it was very enjoyable. Thank you for taking the time to read this if you did, and I hope you enjoyed this post. Okay. Now we read the whole thing, right? I have a headache. Not necessarily related to this, but I don't know how much more I can read. These are funny, though. This is so insane. This is the most just bonkers thing I've ever seen in my life. The like pink flag, welcome to Nazaline's blog with the Mexican flag. The fact that it's English and Spanish, like both. So good. Jimbo, what? You need a reader so you can interact with chat. Nazaline in chat. I know, I saw. Jimbo X space right now. Jimbo X space right now. What's the space? You want me to do a space? Oh, there's a Beardson space. What is it? Oh, Beardson versus Hermes?
You've talked about me before. That wasn't the first time.
And what did I say the last time? I said the same thing, that you act like a black person.
Okay, dude, again, I don't care, bro. Like, I really do not care.
I don't care, bro. Come on, man. Sack up a little bit. Fanfic from the Temple Force.
What do you say? Not safe for work? Hold on. We gotta listen to this first.
They're men, sweetie.
Like a girl.
They're fighting.
You're acting like a girl. You're my little sweetie right
Beardson
now.
versus Hermes.
Bitch right now.
Yeah, you have some weird fantasies, man.
Oh, it's not a fantasy. It's gonna be real life. Me and you locked in a cage. Who do you think's gonna be the alpha male, Hermes? Because it ain't gonna be you. It's gonna be me tugging on that hair, making you mine. I'm gonna put Kool-Aid on your lips, make you my little bitch.
Ooh.
What do you think about that, Hermes?
He did not go there.
What do you think about that? Kool-Aid lips. Oh, he left. He left. No. I win.
Bruh.
Fucking pussy.
He left already?
Total Beardson victory. Let's go. Come on, Hermes. I ain't gonna put Kool-Aid on your lips. Come back.
Please come back. Please go
Hermes.
back.
I'm not
Please
gonna
go
put
back.
Kool-Aid on your lips. Okay. Maybe just a mop for a wig.
Dude, please go back. I was about to make a...
I lagged off.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I didn't know if you rage quit or not. I'll give you.
Yeah, rage quit, bro. You made me very mad. I had to log off.
I thought you did. I thought you didn't like
You made
the
me cry.
Kool-Aid lips. I thought
You made me cry,
like the
dude.
Kool-Aid lips comment.
Again, so at the end of the day,
are you a Christian or are you like a pagan? Like, what's your deal?
look, at the end of the day,
What's your
you're
deal? Are
double
you like
my
a pagan
age.
or like a
You're
Christian?
double my age. Crying about me talking like
I'm
a
not
black
crying.
person
I'm just
online.
like saying that you
It's
talk like a
pathetic.
black person.
It's very pathetic.
What's pathetic about it? I see you some like young.
You're double my age, bro. Like, go.
And
go do something.
You should listen to your elders. You should listen to pay respect to your elder white man. That's what you should be doing.
No, I'm not gonna fucking respect a loser. Why would I?
What do you mean? I'm a winner, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're a winner.
So are you like a Christian or are you a pagan? Like, what's your deal?
No, I'm neither. I mean, I believe in God, but
you believe in God? What does that mean?
Well, I can't believe in God and not subscribe to a religion.
I mean, like, what God? Like, what God do you believe in?
Well, I like that they're like facing each other.
Yeah, there's a God. I mean, yeah.
Like, do you plan on like figuring it out, or are you just gonna just kind of?
I mean, I don't think it's that important. I don't think we should worship a God.
Why?
Dude, while we listen to this.
Again,
I request. I don't. I mean, it's like them. It's just them.
I mean, like your life is like God or like whatever. Do you like Christians? Do you get along with Christians or no? I mean, it seems to be like a clear enemy.
Yeah, there's great Christians. There's I know some cool pagans. There's great people. Like, I don't really care what they believe in.
Love the Hellenistic.
Do you care about anything? Like all I ever hear, every other word out of your mouth is like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, do you care about?
I said I don't care about you.
No, you said I don't care to literally every fucking question I've asked you. Do you care about anything, or are you just like some apathetic loser?
I just said I don't care what God you believe in. That except if you're Muslim or you're Jewish.
Everything.
What? Did it end? Where the fuck did it go? What? Dude, what? No! You can't let that end. Remilio. I was trying to figure out. I forgot how to use this. How do I make it so it's like a... How do I make it so it's like a... I'm spraying... Oh, brush tool, not the pencil. Pressure, round.
Beep boop.
I like that. Yeah. Dude, we need like a versus poster. Dude, where's the space? Are they gonna come back? They gotta, right? Beardson. Where's the space? Hermes. Come on, they gotta set one up, right? I would start it, but I would start it, but if I do it on my computer, it's gonna just crash too. When they're in the middle of it, because it sucks on browser. I think the emotes break it on browser, and they just haven't fixed that forever. Dude, where is it? It's over? Yo, why did you block me on Jerkmate? I can't see your profile anymore. Browser Twitter leaks memory like crazy? Yeah, I think so. Content cucked. Replay it. Wait, was it... Can I do that? Was it recorded? How long were they arguing for? It was deleted. Why?
But I'm not going to say because it involves the N-word. I was just thinking to myself, I was pulling up this tweet, my phone was slow, and I was going to say, like, oh, my internet's slow, I got nigger.
Okay, alright, chill!
The races.
That was AI. That was clearly AI. Come on, they gotta come back. They can't just leave it like that. Disavow. I'm not gonna disavow that. I mean, he's African-ish. I would never disavow. We're not pussies. Dude, it was gonna be so good. All right, whatever. Anyway, if it starts again, let me know. What was I doing before that was happening? Were we just reading these? Wait, Paul Town was tweeting about the fanfic too. Oh, someone was linking me. Yeah, I got a super chat. Not safe for work, Nick fanfic from the Tumblr Foids. Oh, yeah, we've seen these. I've seen these before. Well, not this one. May 10th. Creator chose not to use archive warnings. Jaden is feeling depleted after a surprise debate with Nick on Leafy's stream. Their first time talking in over a year. He makes the mistake of deciding to meet with him again to fight him. And things go a certain way. April 30th? Wait, we haven't seen this one either. Emerging from brumination, amphibious circumcision. Dear Kitty Kitty, Stephen Bennell and Nick Fuentes. He didn't think they really had a relationship like this. They'd been hanging out fairly regularly since he moved to Florida, doing streams together, lunches with him and Mel. And there they were, the late night liaisons, which he was compartmentalizing surprisingly well. Words 2,300. 3,500. 3,000. The Aiden Nick one 2,000. The Keith one 8,000 words. Nick Fuentes, Keith Woods, reconciliation, angst with a happy ending. My first smut, first time, anal sex, oral sex, blowjobs, size difference, semi-public, sex, tension, resolved sexual tension. Takes place 2 years in the future. Bathroom sex. Emotional hurt and comfort. Read the Neath fanfic, Jimbo. Which one's the... Where does it say the author? Am I blind? Is it linked in chat? I'm just a teenage dirtbag. They put so much effort into this. Bruh, I worked hard on it. Who's bigger? Girls or freaks? Cozy.naz. Oh. Oh, the author's right there. Oh. Oh, I open it. This. Wait. Oh, no. I'm clicking the tag. Oh, it's this. Sorry, I don't read a lot of fanfic. Continue. Explicit. Well, we do actually, we kind of read some fanfic. We read hoodfic. Is it ready to forgive, Keith? Here's the problem. I haven't gotten a real, legit apology. Nick Fuentes. America First, episode 1483. Nick successfully organizes the AFPAC 5 after a tumultuous period of 2 years involving lawsuits and canceled venues. Once at AFPAC, he hears that an unexpected face has decided to show up at his event. Notes, my first time writing smut, and it's about 2 white nationalists that I am reluctantly obsessed with. Feedback is welcomed. I made this in celebration of the iconic April 30th Sneeko Nick Keith stream that came out last year today. Hope you enjoy it. Disclaimer, any offensive language in this fic is just used to be as accurate to the characters as possible. Does not reflect the author's opinion. What are there slurs in this? I have removed any actual slur usage. Okay, no. They removed it apparently. It shows up and I've replaced it with dashes. Lastly, I wrote this between April 2nd, 2025 and April 28th, 2025 in case there are any IRL continuity errors in the story, such as a person being written as Nick's friend, but in the future, they fall out with him in real life. Wait. Oh, okay. Like that's just in case it doesn't make sense. Like those errors should just be treated as being a part of an alternate universe with its own timeline of events. Okay, I understand. See the end of the work for more notes. See, the male equivalent of this, of what we're seeing right here was, what's it called? When 4chan was making SCPs, like originally, you know what I mean? Like, that's the male equivalent of this. When a guy has this kind of autism, they're writing about, like, you know, the lore of this fictional containment, like, government agency or whatever. When women do it, it's just gay porn. They're just writing gay, literally, about white nationalists. Okay, I cannot read all of this, dude. I don't have this in me. Are there highlights in this? Dude, this is too much. Oh, Arval's there? Arval mentioned. Hold on. Let's read the beginning. Be sure to purchase your AFPAC tickets. The link to them will be in the description on my Telegram. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your evening. Nick ends his stream and pulls back in a stretch. Goodness grief. Was that a long show, he thought. He had just announced AFPAC 5 after the disaster that was AFPAC 4. He wanted to wait and spend time with trying to really perfect this next one. Part of why he had to wait so long after the last one was because of the lawsuit he had against the venue that canceled on him. Suffice to say, it was very stressful. The court dates, the battle for justice, the refunds he had to give back, but he managed to push through, thankfully. Yeah. After he managed to win $600,000, decided to use that in 2027 in the future. He was determined to make the next AFPAC the best one ever. He had almost everything in order. He just had to think of who to invite for VIP. He thought of the obvious ones. Lucas Gage, Vincent James, of course, Lauren Witzke, Jared Taylor, Elijah Schaefer, Iron Gaines, Jake Shields, even Sinka. What about JimboZoomer? Hello? JimboZoomer. Hello? Okay. Yeah, press 1 if you down to... Alright, someone delete that. Can we have that? We can't have that in the cozy... Or the kick chat. Can we fuck off? Please? Jeez. Don't put ones in the chat. Oh my... Goes. Nick thought to himself, since the Tates were free to travel the US. But they're always busy, he thought. Maybe I'll have to invite Arval, some dumb white nationalist who was at the last AFPAC. Was he? And turned into another Nick ankle-biter just like the rest of the white nationalists who have it out for Nick. Morgan Ariel, a woman who crashed out on Nick hardcore 2 years ago over Groypers making inappropriate comments and jokes about her underage daughter. Which I guess is reasonable, and of course,
just
Keith.
gifted 3 subscriptions on Kick.
Thank you, Slay. Big shout out. Welcome, Paparino, Citron, Chadron, and Grape. No, and Gospel of Dorian. Welcome, all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Big shout outs. Slay. Yeah. Keith O'Brien Woods. The hardest. Is that really his name? The hardest fallout for Nick to swallow. Keith was someone he considered to be his best friend, and all for that to go down the drain over an e-girl nonetheless. And she wasn't even hot, Nick thought. I love, okay, the funniest thing about the fanfic is when, like, they're clearly jealous. Like, the other thing I noticed, they fucking hate Slater, which, like, who cares? I don't care if you hate Slater. I just think it's funny because they're jealous because they love Keith. And then they all like the Spider Girl because she probably, they relate to her. What's her name? Sailor, whatever. They love her because she's like clearly the least threatening of all of the girls, and also probably relatable in some way because she's quirky and whatever. And they fucking hate Ella Malding. Like, they were posting when we were scrolling through. I saw like 5 of them posting Ella Malding dating black guys, which is just funny. It's like you don't even gotta be jealous anyway. Like, he's not gonna marry Ella Malding regardless. But that was just funny. Like that clearly a lot of them were like pressed and threatened by her and posting that because they know that that's like, okay, now then it's over. But they love Sailor Sable, and when they had that poll that we scrolled past, they all voted that that's the best e-girl, which is insane. Like, she's easily the worst and the worst pick, like without a doubt. No offense, but she sucks. But anyway, regardless, okay. Can we skip to the gay porn parts? Where's this? The hardest fallout for Nick to swallow. Pause. Keith was someone he considered to be his best friend, and all for that to go down the drain over an e-girl. Dude, all of Nick's best friends just crash out that way too, actually. Or they have like a fight over basically that. True. Jaden, Beta, Keith. Who knows which other ones? Anyway, where's the gay porn? Can we just get... It seems like Nick... Hold on, this is actually funny. Nick really saw something in Keith that his previous associates never had. He was very intelligent, optical. He could appeal to left-wingers. Soft-spoken, polite, tall, dark, very handsome. He actually had something going for him. Nick even thought he could be his future right-hand man someday. He always saw them as the perfect duo, yin and yang, fire and ice. He constantly compared them to characters from different franchises like Fanboy and Chum Chum, Mario and Luigi. I don't even remember him saying that, but that's so fucking true. Like, that's just clearly true. Okay, Mario and Luigi and many others. Nick always had a strange fondness for Keith, even before the two properly spoke in 2021. He would tweet at him on his many alt Twitter accounts, critiquing him. But it wasn't out of hate. It was because he wanted better for him. At the time, Nick despised the people around Keith, as he was friends with notorious leader of the alt-right Richard Spencer. Once that bridge inevitably burned down, however, as he predicted it would, Nick was pleased to see that Keith was more open to talking to him. And they began to get closer in 2022, especially after his falling out with former right-hand man and best friend, Jaden McNeil. It seemed like Nick went on a search to find a best friend rebound after Jaden had left him, as he tried to court Stephen Bennett. Man, what is going on? Is this just for your, like, you know, your interior pleasure, like your whatever, or is this actually how they see these things happening? Like, do they really think they're gay and that Nick was trying to fuck Destiny and everything? Or do they just wish that was true? Anyway, otherwise known as the streamer Destiny, as his best friend in the following months afterwards, despite Destiny's constant protest against him using that term to describe them, even after hanging out with him in person in Florida. After the Destiny bridge began to start catching on fire, though, Nick seemed to cling on to the next best person he had left, and that person was Keith. Texting him and getting to know him more. He really liked him. He saw real potential in him. Didn't want that brilliance to go to waste. He even invited him on his streaming platform, Cozy. Nick always tried to get to the heart of Keith, to truly know him. He always encouraged Keith to show more of his personality, to not be scared to let his hair down once in a while. But Keith kept quite distant and guarded, because he's a 7. What's his numerology? He's a 7-3. Or 3-7. The 3 is the number of the author, or musician, or artist in general. 7 is introspective, incel, struggles with charisma, struggles, but comes off as aloof and kind of mysterious that way. True. That's Keith Woods. True. Where was I? Sorry. Anytime Keith did decide to share something about himself, though. Oh, no. He revealed little. His demeanor cool and unreadable. Nick always pondered about what Keith truly felt about him throughout their friendship. He felt like he could never really know. Anytime Keith did decide to share something about himself, though, Nick held on to it, cherishing it like a rare gem you'd find. That's so cute. Nick let out a long sigh, sitting back on his chair, reminiscing about their friendship. He remembered when the two decided to wear matching outfits and walk on the beach together over a sunset in Miami. How he missed those times. Is that real? Did that happen? Are they making that up or is that real? That did happen, yes. That's great. That's insane. So you guys really think Keith is bisexual too? Why? Like, I mean, honestly, I understand why women would think all the others are. Honestly, I would see why you'd think Paul Town is gay. Obviously, why you'd think I'm gay. Why you'd think... who else? Richard Spencer, Nick, whatever. Like, I see why... Like, women are just dumb like that. So anytime there's any effeminate or not giving a fuck behavior, they're gay. But what, Keith doesn't give that at all. You just wish? Or you just like yaoi? Because he's so like aloof. I mean, it's kind of like gay, like a gay nerd maybe, but not really. Not even really. I said bisexual is with a female preference, meaning he mainly is attracted to girls, but wouldn't mind a male. That male being Nick. Okay, but do you actually think that, or is that just like you wish that that's true? You just hope that that's true, or do you really think that that's true? I mainly agree with you, to be honest. Literally none of them are gay. Probably the closest person to being gay is like Elijah Schaefer. No offense. And he's not. He's just like he's like a gay guy that just only has sex with women. And that's like not even shade, but that's just true. Everyone else isn't gay. None of them are gay. Brant is literally the only one not gay. Okay, Brant, I get why you'd think Brant is. But Brant's not gay either. Even though everyone thinks Brant's gay. Brant's not. Brant is just like a white guy that probably will end up dating an Asian girl. And probably maybe he is still. I don't even know how that's gone. You know. And good for him. Brant is a sussy baka. Yeah, Bryn's a femboy, so that makes sense. Brant is gay because he hangs out with too many women. Is that even true? I don't even know if Brant's hanging out with women. Everyone just says Brant's gay because he does like skincare and his voice, and he like takes care of himself. But I don't think that's gay. Although, okay, like I have a half Korean girlfriend, obviously, and she makes me do these face masks, and I reluctantly do it when I start like looking at my forehead and realizing I'm aging. But it does feel gay to have one of those fucking stupid ass face masks on. But then you immediately see the age disappear. Any aging does kind of like detract, even immediately. So I don't think it's gay. I mean, it's okay if it's, honestly, who cares? What's wrong with being gay? Right? Okay, next. Alright, where's the gay sex? Where do we get to the gay smut? Nick let out a long sigh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I should read the chat, so I'm asking them questions and then, like, ignoring them. Brant, not Brant. Blepe, you don't have to ban, 33rd Degree Groiper for spamming. We do want some spam. Like, we want a lot of spam because we want, the chat to be moving really fast. If possible. Okay, wait. Where's that person? Nasally. Dude, the last thing they just said was Control F and then search. Oh, good. Oh, good. Empty. Oh my gosh. Okay, we can't read this gay porn. There is no fucking way. You just told me to search. When I said, where's the smut? You said to search. Oh, good. Empty. I don't even really romantically ship Paultown and Keith. I just think they're best bros. My bro TP. Okay, yeah. I said bisexual with female preference. I mainly agree with you. No, I don't actually think that. It's just for fun. Okay. Okay. That was all I want to know. I know they're not. It's just for fun, Jimmy. Okay. No, please read it. It's about the bathroom being empty. Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. That'd be crazy. Okay. Any more of this part that I should read? We can't read all this. You know, we can get an idea for it, though. Destiny, after the fallout, the two went their separate ways. He'd sometimes mention his Substack article. In the following months, Nick was making sure everything was ready and set for halfback. Made the VIP list and sent out what type of food there'd be. It was way too liberal for him. Oh. Nick decided to hold this year's halfback in Orlando, Florida after the disaster location that was Detroit, Michigan in 2024. Never doing that again, Nick thought to himself. It was way too liberal for him. And the people there had the worst attitudes, treating him like trash throughout the entirety of his stay there. Halfback had been held in Florida before, so it's familiar. Hasn't caused any issues since Florida is a red Republican state. He only held the previous one in Detroit because Turning Point was doing their event there that year. It was kind of fun. I'd never been to Detroit. It was like a good time. Okay. Let's skip to the gay porn. Oh, good. Empty. All right. You are just sick. Nick felt offended that Keith showed up to his event and didn't even have it in him to apologize to Nick for what had happened when he had the chance to before he'd upped and left. What a coward, Nick thought. I gave him a chance, and he didn't take it. Whatever. I hope he's happy with the choice he's made now. Nick thought about the future monologue he'd give on his show about Keith snubbing him again. With this time holding nothing back, like he's done with him for the past 2 years. This felt more of a betrayal than what he originally did to Nick. Nick tried to brush the thought of Keith aside. He wasn't going to let him ruin his night. He instead told himself that he was just going to party right through it. Minus the substance abuse that usually entails with that. Although a part of him wishes he could enjoy himself through a drink or two. In a time like this, he felt he could use it. The after party was extremely lively. All the VIPs were having a good time. Some people were going crazier than others and probably had a little too much to drink. The typical suspects like Dalton and Beardson, though it was great nonetheless. With great energy, blaring music, terrific food, picked out by Nick, of course. Nick was sitting at one of the tables, drinking sparkling water, talking to one of his closest buddies, Tyler Russell. This is awesome, Nick. You really outdid yourself with this one. Tyler praised him. Hey, thanks, man. Tyler raised his glass in an offer to do cheers. Cheers to half-pack? Nick responded by raising. Is there any... What would that be? What would Tyler and Nick be? Is there any tick? Fanfic? Smut? I think I'm gonna... Hold on, wait. Nick responded by raising his glass. Sparkling water it is. Cheers to half-pack. Their two glasses clink as they then take a sip. I think I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Nick spoke as he stood up from the table they were sitting at and stumbled through the crowd, trying to find the restroom door. The room was dim with some bright party lights, being the only guide to help you see your way through the place. He managed to find the men's restroom door and pushed through. Oh good, empty, he thought to himself. He liked when there were no people, especially now, where he'd probably be stopped and talked to if someone else was there. He walked into one of the stalls and did his business. He heard someone else come in. Thankfully, it was after he was done. Damn, After he flushed the toilet next to the stall, he stopped in his tracks. After he sees whose familiar face was in the mirror, washing his hands, Nick let out a slight gasp. Keith! Keith perked up at the mirror and saw Nick behind him, shocked to that they ended up in the same restroom. Oh, wow, hi, Nick. I thought you had left earlier. No, I was near the back entrance with Pole Town. Away from the party? We wanted to catch up with loud music muffling our voices. Nick hummed in response. He walked to the sink next to his. Well, hey, I'm glad you're still here. I thought you left me dry there. Nick turned on the faucet, washing his hands now too. After he was done, Nick then started to adjust his hair in the mirror. I guess I owe you your apology now, right? Nick heard Keith say. He turned to him and saw he was smiling warmly at him. Nick smiled back. Finally, Nick thought. Well, yeah, actually. Nick was interrupted by Keith grabbing the sides of his face and leaning down to place a gentle yet firm... Why is he giving him a kiss? Kiss on his lips? What? Yo, what? Pause. What? As confused as Nick was at the sudden action, he strangely didn't mind it. He was almost comfortable with this predicament. Almost like this wasn't the first time a guy had kissed him. Okay, that's like a subtle jab. As Keith pulled back, all Nick could do was give him a cheeky grin. So this is how you apologize. What? Is it an Irish thing? They both released a few laughs at his comment. No, but I've been meaning to do that for a while. Keith moves his hands down Nick's sides and then to his waist and ever so smoothly pulls him closer to him. Yeah, we can't keep reading this. We can't be imagining that. We can't be... That's painting way too, like, visual of a, image. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, Nick's the bot. Okay, yeah, we can't read this. Nick's the bottom. Nah, we can't be reading that. That's insane. How'd they figure out what happens in the half-pack bathrooms? I don't understand. Who told them? Okay, anyway, next, moving on. Anyway, so... That's insane. I'm painting a picture. At least read the ending. What's the ending? Okay. What's the ending? Okay. You're right. We can finish the ending. That's why it's called Nice Seeing You Here. Okay, we'll read like the last conversation. Halltown, as the party was winding down and some people had begun to go home, Tyler got an idea. He brought it up to Nick and everyone who was left at the table. Keith, Paul, Dalton, Beardson, and a few higher-up big-named groypers were at the table too. Hey, before the event ends, does everyone want to take a Polaroid picture? He whipped out his Polaroid camera from his backpack to show them. Sure, Nick agreed. He was snuggled up to Keith at the table. One groyper chimed in to make a comment as he noticed, "Why are you two huddled so next to each other?" Paultown joined in on the teasing as he knew more than what the others did. Yeah, you squashed the beef and now you guys are snuggling like you're dating? The whole table started to fill with laughter. Haha, yeah. What do you guys do? Have gay sex in the bathroom at half-pack 5? Even Nick releasing a few chuckles. Keith's normally pale face started to go red by Halltown's comment, sporting his typical shy, affiliative smile. What does that mean? Very good, he simply said. Ah, yes, very good. We were having sex in the bathroom. Ah, yes. What? You guys never seen two friends sit next to each other? This is base bonding, Nick then asserts. You need to be locked up. Nick then asserts with a devilish smile on his face as he knew the truth of what their closeness meant. But yeah, we can take the Polaroid. Tyler. Nick scooted back. That is funny that Tyler wants to take the Polaroid. Nick scooted back to get up from his seat, and everyone else followed too. The group posed behind the stage, as their table was close to it, with the notorious America First solo index finger pose they always did in pictures, with Nick being right next to Keith, their height difference outwardly showing more so than what they were when they were sitting. All right, say America First. Tyler prepared to take the picture. He placed the camera to his eye so he could see if he was framing it right, backing up a bit so he could fit Keith's tall body in the photo. America First, the group says in unison. Tyler's camera then flashes. He pulls out the photo as it pops out of his camera and shakes it while walking back toward the group. All right, let's have a look. Flaps the photo up to show the Polaroid to them. You two look hammered, even more than me, and I had multiple drinks tonight, Beardson's nasally voice says with inquiry, pointing at Nick and Keith in the picture, standing closer to each other compared to the rest, where there was noticeably more space between each of the men. Yeah, you two looked like you just had sex with each other and are trying to act normal about it. Dalton laughs, teasing at the two. Keith looks at Nick.
S_T_I_N_I_K_K_E_send $20. Hi, Jimby.
Oh, hey, Stinky. Don't mind what I'm reading right now. Sorry, everyone. Keith looks at Nick. Nick to Keith. Nick gives him a reassuring smile, noticing Keith tense up a bit, signal that there wasn't anything to be worried about, and that his friends were just joking. Keith smiles back, relaxing a little and letting out a chuckle. And little did Dalton know, his observation might have been correct after all. Yeah, you gotta be, like, locked up for real. Or see a therapist or something. That's crazy. How many words was that one? I mean, I didn't read all of it, obviously. Yeah, good background music. Thank you, Stinker. Big shout out! Flip, let's skip to the gay bit. Hashtag live vlogging. Are they like live talking about Paul Town and Keith right now? Are you autistic? Yes. I thought that was blatantly obvious. To be honest, I fantasize Keith more than Paul Town if you want the truth. Okay. She wants to have sex with Paul Town and Keith. I knew old person online, bro. I read the Kiwi Farms thread. Oh yeah, I forgot that that exists. So there's just like... Dude, I mean, no wonder everyone thinks that everyone's gay. Like, if you're reading the lore about any of these people, it's literally, like, people who hate them that are all gay people and women writing the entire history of each person. So, like, you know, everything is going to just be saying, they're gay, they're gay, they're gay, they're gay, they're gay, they're fucking gay. And then every event that happens, you know? Can you please tell Paul Town to get that account back? Lord only knows what happens in their group chat, yeah. I miss when the porn segment had actual images instead of just literature. Yeah, this is very female coded. To be honest with you. Reopen the asylums. What day were these girls born on? That one was 8K words. How long did that take you? Jimbo, have you seen your Tumblr stan, Jimbo Stan? No. Jimbo Stan? Dude, look at that! Dude! Mine will just be wholesome, probably. I love that one. Dude, the best use of AI ever was just getting these Pepes, man. It was so good. Because, like, I can draw a good Pepe. I could draw a Pepe like that. But I can't draw this background. You know what I mean? Man, that's so fun. So good. Jimbo Stan. America First. The official JimboZoomer fan account. Jimbler. That's nice. Thank you. Read the gym stream. Is it true that this entire community was found after Nick said, "Your body, my choice"? I've been a lurker for just a few months and mostly just watch Nick and collect info on him. So I don't know. Also, what about that incident specifically pushed you and others to make these blogs? This whole incident is making me consider joining the community a bit more. Anonymous asked. You have to think about joining. It's not like a big decision. I don't understand. This is making me consider joining the community. You like press a join button. And if you like it, you use it. And if you don't, you just wouldn't. I would say so, yes. It actually mainly started due to Cooperoid's 3-piece essay they wrote about Nick. Who the fuck is this? Cooperoid? They really used this website. Thing's not dead somehow. This is like a libtard. It's wild seeing him being talked about again. Maybe I should shamelessly promote that overly long and now somewhat outdated think piece I posted about him here. Optical illusion, perceptions of race and sexuality with right-wing internet personality Nick Fuentes. Is this like disagreeing with him? On one side, he is attacked as a racist. Oh, okay, no, they're trying to be neutral. I thought that they were saying that he's an anti-white, anti-family gay Mexican. Is this just about him? Oh my gosh. Art Ouroboros, how classism is affecting art. Man, shut the fuck up. You don't know anything about that. Okay. Next! Alright, I'm not reading all this, but interesting. So that's where it started. They wrote about Nick. They reposted it when he was in the news again due to Your Body, My Choice. And I stumbled upon it after searching Nick's name on Tumblr to see what was on here. Before this community, it was mainly nothing but typical mainstream leftists who hate him. But Cooperoid's post was different. They knew way more Nick lore than anyone else. And then I saw LLAMs, at the time Tiny Blog as well, who also knew more Nick lore. Okay, so that's why this exists. So it's mostly Your Body, My Choice. Which I caused. Just want to say once again, he was reacting to my clip on his Twitter account. Said that. So I'm responsible for this too, and him almost being killed. Whoops. My mistake. I found Nickler when Liam... is that Liam? Lamb? Lum. Yeah, I like that. Lum. Send a super chat linking Nick Obsessed's fanfic back in January. I'm not into fanfic, but it was interesting that Nick had Tumblr girlies who were obsessed with him. So I looked him up on Tumblr and alas, I lurked for over a month before making this blog. You should see some of the fan fiction that the Tumblr girlies who are obsessed with you write. You should not see that. You would not like that. Your Body, My Choice was still a big moment. I guess it's just how a lot of people got to know him or got to know him more, me included. But now mostly it's people joining who discovered him from Instagram Reels. True. Dude, I was telling everybody. No one was believing me at first. I was telling him like, fuck TikTok. TikTok's like nothing. You're like ultra viral on Instagram. And then finally, you know, he acknowledged it when he started like being recognized in public everywhere. You No. That's true, though. The Instagram thing was insane. I don't know. Mark Zuckerberg put Nick on in, like, January, like, crazy. Or March? Whenever that was. Like, crazy. Jimbo mentioned this is the beginning of Tumblr. Jimbo, if you see this, please notice me. It would make my entire life. Which one of you is this? Mine's a guy. So when is Paul Town Nick Jimbo Polycool fanfic coming out? Where Jimbo is the gay furry? Sarias rumor is Paul Town and the Jimbo experimented with each other before they both got girlfriends. That's true. I'm gay. I decided this isn't even a rumor, it's just 100% true. 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 Okay, that's funny. Next! But yeah, I like the Jimbo stand. That is actually nice. I like the way the account looks. Like, look at this. That's just so nice. That's such a good Pepe, dude. Look at it. One of the best ones that I ever made, honestly. I love that. All right, anyway. Anything else funny here? Anything else? Let's move on. We should get to the news now. This can't all just be about